Pokemon Ultimate Adventures by Mikazuki. Misty was also in agony. There wasn't a Pokemon who could handle this attack. Or maybe there was. She slowly reached for the Pokeball, struggling not to faint. Psyduck! Go! The ball opened up, and out came Psyduck. Psyduck, huh? Twin Dreamer laughed. Trying to use that headache thing against me? Let me remind you that I have the most powerful mind in the world, and no Pokemon can match! Mind Burn! All of the energy he unleashed on everyone halted as he shot it at Psyduck. Psy! Psyduck screamed as the attack hit him. Misty managed to grin. Now that Psyduck's got a headache, you just lost. Psyduck groaned and fainted. Yep! Misty sweat dropped. You're not the first to try and use that trick against me, said Twin Dreamer. My mind is simply too powerful to be matched by mere Pokemon. Let's end this. Mortal! What? Goth stopped in his tracks as Psyduck got up. Psyduck? Misty looked at the Pokemon. That's strange. She was right. Usually when Psyduck got a splitting headache, his eyes would glow blue, and he'd be radiating with some sort of energy. But not this time. I don't know what he's trying to pull, but I'm in a hurry! Let's finish this! Twin Dreamer stopped in his tracks as he stared in horror at Psyduck. Such power! He gasped. He could sense a tremendous psychic force coming from the Pokemon, even stronger than him. No! It can't be! What's going on? It's just a Psyduck. You can handle it easily, said Goth. No! This isn't a regular Psyduck we're dealing with. I think by using my powers to try and destroy his mind, I've actually helped him unlock his true powers. Twin Dreamer was trembling. What? That's Psyduck. It's the legendary Amnesia Psyduck! Twin Dreamer shouted, pointing at Psyduck. This Pokemon's slow and almost never knows its attacks because it's always under the effects of amnesia. And because of this, when its powers are activated, nothing can compete with it! Amnesia. A Pokemon will forget all of its attacks, as well as everything, and not move for one turn. It will then regain its memory and come back to fighting, with its attacks stronger than before. Beginner's luck, if you will. Twin Dreamer was right. As if the Pokemon had used amnesia, Psyduck seemed to have snapped back to attention. Its eyes were glowing a fiery blue, and a frightful blue aura surrounded its body, as well as its terrifying psychic power. No way! Goth stepped back nervously. Psy! Psyduck stretched his hands forward. Its energy exploded in the direction of the two super fiends. Windows all over the city shattered. The ground trembled, and buildings shook. This was the Amnesia Psyduck's true power. The attack was too strong. Twin Dreamer and Goth collapsed. Ah! Psyduck sighed, closing his eyes. Psyduck! Psyduck! Misty got up and picked up her Pokemon, hugging it tightly. I'm so proud of you! You really are special! Yeah, that's right! Imagine you! You're the legendary Amnesia Psyduck! I never thought it was possible! And I'm the Amnesia Psyduck's trainer! This is like totally so cool! She jumped around with Psyduck in her arms. Whoa! Calm down, Misty, said Ash. You're starting to act like your sisters! At those words, Misty immediately stopped jumping. In the distance, Goth and Twin Dreamer groaned. I can't believe it! I've been bested by another psychic! I can't move. Goth struggled to get up. He held on to his scythe to support him. We can't give up! We can't lose! Not like this! Twin Dreamer tried to stand, but fell to the ground. Looks like we win! Ash and Misty jeered. So this is how it is. We've lost. Goth gave up and dropped to the ground. Giving up so soon? A voice called in the distance. Huh? What? Ash yelled as something white and very fast darted forwards, slamming him to the ground with incredible strength. Whatever it was fast. Ow! Ash groaned and watched it run and jump into the air to the top of a 3-story building. It stood still enough for Ash and Misty to see clearly what, or who, it was. They both froze when they saw on top of the roof. It's Skyrender! Skyrender laughed. I noticed you two were losing, he called down to Goth and Twin Dreamer. I'm just gonna even the odds up a bit. He jumped down. Charizard's head was slammed to the ground as Skyrender stomped down from his jump off the building. Pikachu! Pikachu screamed, releasing a blast of lightning. Skyrender drew his sword and swung, breaking the lightning apart. His swing was so strong that the gust of air it created threw Pikachu back, even from his distance. You want to fight me? Skyrender asked, looking around and seeing the Pokémon that surrounded him. Taking a stance, he clutched his katana. Ah! Ash gasped at what he saw next. Before any of the Pokémon could even move, Skyrender had darted through their numbers and sheathed his sword. Every single one of them stood still for a moment, then collapsed to the ground, unmoving. No, that's impossible! Ash shook his head. He couldn't believe it. I used the flat side of the blade. They will survive, Skyrender spoke, looking back at the Pokémon. The gap of strength between himself and those Pokémon was simply too great. They probably didn't even know what hit them. He kicked off the ground and jumped high into the air, landing back on top of the building. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna fight this battle for you. I was just helping a little. Skyrender looked at the fallen Goth and Twin Dreamer. A little, right. Misty was as shocked as Ash at Skyrender's power. Truly, they were no match for him. You have done well to defeat my 2 subordinates, Ash, but that was only practice. Now, the real test begins.